Former U.S. Secretary of State Henry Kissinger is drawing major backlash from remarks that he made about Ukraine at the World Economic Forum. Kissinger suggested that Ukraine cede territory to make peace with Russia. But Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy also addressed the gathering and said that Ukraine is fighting to reclaim, quote, all of its territories. NBC News senior international correspondent Keir Simmons joins us now from Davos, Switzerland. Keir, it's great to see you. First off, can you just give us some context here? I mean, what more did the former secretary say about this war, and really how were those comments received?
Morgan, Henry Kissinger said that Ukraine should not be trying to deliver a crushing blow against Russia. He said that Ukraine should be prepared to give up territory and warned that if Ukraine is not prepared to do that, what he said would play out would be upheavals and tensions. And I think in that he is referring, for example, to the real concern now of famine, of starvation around the world because of Ukraine's role and Russia's role in supplying food to many parts of the world. North Africa, for example, what the effect of that could be, and again, this is then going to put pressure back on the Europeans, could be large-scale migration, revolution, change in countries, upheaval, that upheaval word again that Henry Kissinger used. What he was trying to unpick, I think, was that we are at a crunch point when it comes to the Ukraine conflict. It didn't go down well, particularly with the Ukrainians, who were frankly furious that he would suggest that basically, as they see it, they should give up. What the Ukrainians, Morgan, are saying, and I've spoken to many here in Davos at this World Economic Forum, what they are saying is that we will not give up until we push Russia back out of every inch of our territory, even Crimea. And I think it's sobering because, of course, the West is backing Ukraine. That is the message Ukraine is sending. Meanwhile, President Putin is clearly determined not to bend either.
You mentioned Ukrainians, but what about President Zelenskyy? I mean, he also addressed the World Economic Forum this morning, and he seemed to almost have the opposite message as Kissinger. What did he say?
Yeah. That's exactly right. I mean, he did have the opposite message. Listen, the thing about President Zelenskyy, the thing to remember is that he has a parliament. Ukraine is a democracy. So he has to sell any deal that he might do with the Russians to his own people, to his own parliamentarians, to opposition parties in Ukraine. So you heard President Zelenskyy delivering that same message. We are determined to push the Russians out. On the ground, Morgan, it's clearly turning into a bitter battle that could go on for a very long time. And just think again about what I mentioned, the potential for serious food shortages in parts of the world. That gets more severe as the months go ahead. Think about this too, the midterms ahead in the US. Will that see a political upheaval? Questions about how long Europe can keep its unity, how long America will stay focused on this issue. Those are burning questions if what we're talking about is a conflict that runs, as Courtney suggested, for months, maybe even for years.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.